was alone from the day I was born. My egg hatched,
but nobody was there to witness it.
My mother
Rejected me, for she did not love me. Skin as pale and white as crushed bones, teeth sharp and bloody as a used knife.
Her voice a wretched sound, like
grinding rocks or fingernails on a chalkboard, but pure as spun silk for hunting. 1,000
miles up she swam to catch our food. A beautiful
symphony of empty promises and lies
floated from her mouth. 2 or 3 unsuspecting sailors
dragged from their boats into the depths each night.
Even in the dark you could see their
blood, rich and raw and red. The torture I endured pretending I liked the life I led. 1,000 years of lies and
darkness.
The dull sand moved against my exhausted shoes. The souls so bored of the same leisurely stroll every single day. Nothing new ever occurs in our small corner of the world. I dawdle along the small strip where the icy monotone ocean greets the gritty bed of sand. Mo, my greying dog, frolics among the chilled waves. He runs, chasing the enjoyment, a rush gifted only by the chill of the ocean. My eyes move rapidly around the area where Mo grew terrified. Nothing jumps out until I see it, a body. One so pale, so bizarre, so delicate, it looked inhumane. All traces of cold leave my body and I'm filled with the flame of adrenaline. What is this? The creature stirs, shifting in the sand. I quickly rise to my feet as I notice a pair of reflective eyes bore into my soul.
I ran down to the beach, looking, trying to find this so-called creature. I couldn't find it anywhere. Then, I saw a scale from behind the rocks. I walk on the rocks down to the very end, and I place the fish in hopes it'll come into full view. After a while of waiting, I turn around and start to walk back. I forgot the fish. I turn around and start to walk towards it. The fish is gone. A shadow looms over me. I turn around. The creature backs up. I give it a fish. It eats it. It sits down. I sit next to it. This wasn't a bad creature. The next day, I find it easily. After a while, it starts waiting for me. My father's asking where the fish is going. I tell him.
I don't get this.
I really don't.
How can I fit in if I
Can't even talk.
This is impossible. My head is flying around like a whirlwind, and
my tongue forbidding me to have a better life than I did back home.
Before they saw me, I was happy, running in the morning sun, carefree and filled with pure joy. Then all of a sudden, there I was, stripped bare. My scaly skin shone in the sun, yet I didn't feel warm or content. My veins froze with embarrassment and worry. Everyone could see me now,
who I truly am, and I worried.
Would they flee? Would
they turn heel and run?
I wanted to cry,
scream,
run,
shout, take apart my body and rearrange it to look more like them, more human.
But I didn't. I just stood there in utter shock,
frozen to the ground as their eyes stared.
Took in every part of my frame,
my ears, eyes,
and gills. I found somewhere where I belonged, or
so I thought, before they saw
me.
Could have sworn we had more fish.
What do you mean?
Last week we got what, 50, 100 to market? Barely got 20 this time.
Well, I might have something to do with that.
What do you mean?
Well, I met this thing.
This thing? Like a person?
More like a creature?
Miss Beast, this parasite, is stealing my fish.
Well, it's more I am.
That thing will kill you the first chance it gets. You know that, right? I don't care what you think of it. I don't care if you think it's your friend. That parasite will kill you the first chance it gets. You grounded for a week. No, for a month. Get going. Don't even think about that thing again. People of this fine village, for too long we have toiled under this creature, and I don't think we will stand for it any longer. No! Now, I say we burn the beast. The beast! Burn the beast! Burn the beast! Burn the beast! Burn the beast!
I walk down the sandy roads, analysing everything I see, but no matter what I focused on,
All eyes were locked on me.
a sudden gasp,
Then many more. An alien was all they saw. My head burned.
My mind aflame, the thoughts of home played again. They watched me through widened eyes. And
My friend had told me lies.
From what I'd heard, these folks were nice,
Kind.
willing to make new ties.
But now as they stood,
Frozen in fear,
it seemed my future was more than clear.
100,000 miles under the sea. Down in the depths, no life, no love, no friends.
There is only loneliness. There is only cold. There is only
me and my thoughts. For 1,000 years,
My mother resented me,
so
she abandoned me. A flurry of tails and bubbles and gnawing, mashing teeth nipped and tore at my hope. We were near the surface, and I could feel the rain when I surfaced. Like bullets, it pierced my skin.
and the waves crashing were like
Galloping horses beating on my back, and when I looked in that frenzy for my
on
mother,
my shoal. She had left me for the deep, dark depths, 100,000 miles under the sea.
My darling, my dear, I am so proud of you. Here's what I would say if you weren't a disgrace, a disappointment. Your voice too crackly for a song, your face too ugly for a mermaid, too soft to be beneath the waves. So what do I say? I say, live, live, live. I've been searching for years, and time after time, when I look at your peers, I realize that you are not child of mine.
Difference is difficult. Difference is our minds deciding that we don't fit into everyone else's pattern. Spots are quite easily seen when everyone else has stripes. My difference wasn't in how I looked, but who I loved. People found that difficult. But I didn't hide my spots. I showed them what spots could do, how they could fill in the blanks that the stripes had left behind. Eventually, people found a place for me, and they understood. It was still difficult having spots, but it got easier after that.
Something
Plagues my mind. The seas call for me.
I know something's amiss. I've sat for
Hours
now,
staring at the deep, dark sky. This pounding in my head grows louder each time the waves grow high.
I can no longer stand this as I rise to my staggering height.
Bolting for the doors as I'm called to the shore.
I can see the sea lap
Further and further, the tide's high, too high.
I feel its cold fingers reaching up my knees, trying to pull me down.
Back to a place once known as home.
Then, like a siren's deafening call, a child's shrill scream rings out.
The sea ripples, much like it's pulling away from the shrieking sounds. This is my chance to be helpful. Ears flexing outward.
I recognize that voice, the child from earlier, the one that called me a
Freak.
My mind is conflicted. Do I help
Or not. No.
I can't think like that. This is my community.
I cannot abandon it now.
My hands shake unsteady as I pick up the pen, holding it just the way he had taught me. The postcard sits on the table in front of me, ominously blank. I take a deep breath as I begin to write in clumsy scrawl, tears stinging the backs of my eyes as I think of the waves and my home, my old home.
The words blur before my eyes. I don't know if they're written correctly, and I find I don't care. All I want is to breathe the sea spray and hear the waves crash. So once again, I return to the shoreline.